So hi there. If you follow me on YouTube, you will have seen that, or Instagram, you will have seen that I have a studio outside of my own home now. And I didn't want to duplicate things there and here. I'm at the studio right now. Too much. But I did get a couple things. Let's backtrack. I didn't want to spend a lot of money for the studio, and because I don't know how long this is going to last, and I only wanted to have things here that I'm going to use. I did move all of my oil paints to the studio because I can work a lot easier here than I can at home. I don't use solvents. I use water mixable oils, so that's not the issue. It just, I don't know, I feel I can paint better here than I can at my home studio. And then I also got oil sticks that I keep here and just different things that I keep here. But there are some things that I wanted to have duplicates of. And so I got onto places like Temu and Amazon, and so I have a little collection of things I'm going to show you today, some of which I have already at home, and now I have a studio version, and then some things that are completely different. They're here because I'm doing more mixed media here, and or I just wanted a cheaper version here and not have to go to expensive getting really top brand names. This is sort of my creative, well, both are obviously my creative space, but this is my playing around and really working out some things space. So I'm going to start with these paint sticks. These were from Amazon. And there's things that if you have kids, little kids, you probably pick this up for them. And they're just really fun sticks. They're almost like makeup sticks. And they go on really smoothly. They're water soluble. I'll get At first they are. Then they start to dry up a bit. So let's swatch these out. There's 36 in this box. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them, I think Temu and AliExpress have them. I think that's where I got my other set. I'll just do all the greens. You can see this is easier to see than the light green. So you can work with those. Now, like Neo colors or wax crayons, it's difficult to go over them with colored pencil, but not impossible. So let's try the yellows. It's like a neon yellow. Sorry for the unnatural light. I have a skylight, but it's pretty cloudy day, threatening rain, so it's better to put the overhead light on. And that's it for yellows. Another neon color. Just kind of going with color groups. pinks and reds now. And some of them are a bit transparent, so I'll just show you there. Maybe. Well, that's not the wisest choice, I think. Let's try blue. Go over with this one. So it just kind of, you can see colors below it. It's not completely opaque, but it's kind of nice for adding texture. And there my camera goes again. Do one for the white down here. Oh, I forgot a red. It's really nice. I think I can move into the blues. This could be red. Yep. I think this one's like a metallic. Yeah, it's got some iridescence to it. Okay. Make it out. That's gold and silver and brown, just one brown. These aren't meant to be, professional artist supplies. I only really use them in like sketchbooks and things like that. And here's the white. So that's that box of 36. And then there's sets of pastel colors, which pastel colors aren't usually my thing, but for some of the colors, they look more natural and so more in my taste. Oops. So this set has 12 and they're just the pastel colors. And this set I think I got on Temu. So there's no color information on them or anything like that. There's not even a color name on them. And I have swatched out my other colors like this before. There's a brand called Green that I got on, I think, Amazon, and then the pastel set on AliExpress. That's a really nice color. So you'll see there'll be no duplicates in the regular 36 that I got. I think these are the two. Now there's more purple in that than there is in this one. So that's the 7, or the 36 and the 12 set of paint sticks. I even saw some down at the AGO, had them in the gift shop, the Art Gallery of Ontario. So you can pick them up there too. Haven't really seen them in art supply stores, even ones that have kids sections. I haven't really seen them. So the next thing along those lines, I have this set at home, the Gelatos pastels. What I really wanted was the translucent ones, again, because they do really nice, they're really nice for adding layers and creating texture and just really nice color on top of things. It just gives like a little gloss almost like a varnish. They did still have the translucents, even they're not going to be made anymore, but they were like $75 for a set this big, and I could not do that. And I'm not sure if the pastels and all the Gelatos are going to be discontinued. They're pretty difficult to get. Faber-Castell is a German company, but I've only ever seen these sets really in the States and I think once in Portugal. So these do have names. You have the coconut, which is a white, buttercream, aqua dolce, watermelon, guava, peach, Earl Grey. Sold me on the Earl Grey because I love Earl Grey tea. Right here. Caramel, kiwi, fig, elderberry, and strawberry. And these are still semi-translucent, so I'll show here. So I'm going to start with the peach. So you see, and they have the same sort of texture, very creamy, creamier than, say, the Neo colors, but still like a waxiness to them. Guava. I think I'll keep with the circle theme. And aqua dolce. Watermelon. Again, pastels aren't really my thing, but there are enough colors in here that would work with, you know, more natural. I'm gonna keep that for the coconut. And like something like that can knock back a colored pencil color or something else that is just too bright, can knock it back. Same with the buttercream. And fig is really nice too. It's almost like a purplish gray. Caramel. It's nice, more natural color. And same with the Earl Grey. And that's nice for adding, like these two colors are really nice for adding texture in an urban sketch. And then we have elderberry. Kiwi. And as always, I will scan the swatches. These are already available on my website, I believe, the Faber-Castell Pastel Gelatos. I'll double check, but I think they're already there. You can download them as a high-res PDF. And the other thing that comes with this set is a little angled brush. And 2 sponges. One's a very soft sponge, and then the harder sponge, because you can use them to smoosh the colors, and then they are also, just make sure that's clean. They are also water soluble. And you can almost get rid of the texture if you want to. This isn't, watercolor paper. This is like just a sketchbook, cheap sketchbook that I got when I was at the Chicago Urban Sketching. I've never seen it before. It's Koh-i-Noor, so good company, and it's just heavy sketch paper, 70 pounds. So those are the gelatos, and then I got these. I think I saw, I don't know if it was, no, it wasn't Emma Carlisle, it was Katie Moody, who has a great YouTube presence, and I think I follow her on Instagram too. But I don't think she's on my website. I have a list of people that I follow on my website, and if I've done courses with them through Domestika or anything, so check that out too on my website. And so these are actually highlighters, but the colors are really, really nice. Now, I'm sure they aren't light bats. So again, I'm just using them in my sketchbook. And I'll show you some things I've done with them. Really, really nice colors, especially like this kind of almost greeny gray. And then there are 2 black, exactly the same, but even these are quite nice, having the chiseled nib. So I'm really liking those. Let's see. I think I did. Yeah, I used the highlighters here for those with watercolor, and also these are Gelatos for the flowers. These are the Tempera sticks, same with here. So it's really assortment of different materials. And then this stamp ink I will be showing next. This is a frame that I created the stencil because I had another frame. This frame I got from Temu as well. I've got like different stamps from them and also some stencils. I thought I'd like to create my own frame in a square one, so I did that at a lino cut. And so, speaking of those inks, these are Tim Holtz Distress inks by Ranger, and I'm sure a lot of people know about these. I'm kind of coming late to the game with these. I think Emma Carlisle sort of made me more interested in them. I just thought that they were more for scrapbooking or whatever. But again, you can do really nice textures with them. I'm gonna get out the stamps that I got. I don't like heart stamps, but I'll use the heart stamp because it's nice and small. You can get these in bigger sizes. And I also got these plexi blocks for putting these stamps on. So you just peel the protective coating. If I still were at the museum, I'd be able to get these blocks with no problem. I think I had a stash of them at home from stuff that was being thrown out, and then when I moved, I didn't bring them with me. I'm kicking myself now. And they just stick on there. So it's just easier to handle. This is the black soot. I just wanted to try them out before committing to a bigger. So it's not quite like a really, really black, which is nice. And you can use it like that to add texture. And then this one is antique linen. There's still a little bit of black on it, but not much. That's the color you'll see. And then walnut stain. And vintage photo. Good thing about my table at the studios that I have brown paper covering it, and so I don't mind using it as a something to get ink or paint off. So these little guys can stack on top of each other. They come in so many different colors and sets. There's a whole range of water-soluble pencils and crayons, and I was hoping I would see them at Blick, but Blick only carries them online. So I got these through Amazon, and I might get a few more, or at least maybe get a bigger version of a couple of these. So yeah, these are Temu. These are just to put these rather thin stamps on so that you can more easily press them. These are just pretty thin, and I just bought them for the textures that they have. So there's all sorts of kind of neat textures. There's my husband could read this. It's really, really small text. It's Alice in Wonderland text for some reason. And I don't know. I have some more at home. I have those frames that I showed you. And then this has more textures. I might change these a little bit so that they don't look like they're square. Maybe rough them up a bit. Because if you use them now, you get the square edge to them. And I kind of want to be able to use them for textures. So let's try. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Yay! So if I rough it up a bit on the edges, I should make that look more like a random texture and be able to print across. That's for another day. I also got these textures. This kind of looks like linen or hemp. This is like thread. And I think I didn't bring, there was some numbers too that I got, and I forgot to bring those. And then I got these stencils, which were really cheap too. Also for using for textures, but mainly for gel plate. Kind of neat, random stencils. I don't know if I have some of my gel plates here that I'll have to remember to film so you can see what I use those for. And then the next thing, oh, here's that frame I was talking about, and then more kind of random marks. And then I saw these crayons in Chicago at the Contemporary Art Museum, but they're really expensive, and I thought, I don't even know what they're like. And they're just, it's called Kid Made Modern. They're made in China. And then I saw them at Staples, of all places, when I was back in Toronto. So I thought they were like a third of the price. So I grabbed them and just thought, if they're not great, it doesn't matter. But they might be nice for, again, mark making, textures. And it's just like those magic pencils, like I've shown this one before, the Cretacolor. You can just be random with it, or you can kind of go on the edge of, there's yellow there, there's red there. But they're kind of fun. They're really hard wax. can definitely, I'm sure, not light fast. So again, sketchbook only. And they crumble like crazy. Some of them, because they're such pale colors, it's hard to see the different colors. And I can just see if you did give these to a kid, they would just like break them instantly. Because they're so hard and brittle. So that's the confetti crayons. And then one of the last things that I got by Amazon are this set of acrylic paint pens. And I'm sure everyone knows pens like Posca or Liquitex and Molotov are pretty expensive. I think these were about $35 for 22 medium nib, which are 3mm pens, and they're all in different grays. And they work the same as any of the other acrylic pens. You have to shake them to get them started and then press on the nib. I've started all of these. So I think these just have numbers on the top, yeah. They don't actually have color names. But they're quite nice and quite opaque. And really great grades, especially for urban sketching. Take a bunch at a time. Some nice greens as it happens. And really what you would consider browns. And creams. It's like almost like the parchment color that I think it's Liquitex does. I'm not sure that they do them open stock. I think you do have to buy them in packages. This gives a more sense of the color. I think this one's just black. Or just a very, very dark gray. This is black. Another brown. The creamy sort of beige. This is really nice green. There is another set of flesh colors, I believe, like for portraiture, that I might look into. that don't really cross over with these. That doesn't really look what it says on the cap. That's okay. Again, nice green, quite natural green. And then the white, I'm just gonna go over this. It's not quite a full-on white, it's a little bit, well, I guess it is white. I think it was the cream colored one that I thought would be more off-white, more like titanium white, but it's not. So, seems to be a lot of paint in them, and they're pretty opaque. So I think these are a really good bargain for what you get, and the amount you get. There's one little one hiding. Another green. And I'm just happy with all the greens too, never mind the grays. So then the other thing that I got through Amazon, I have a separate video on. That's my the set of Van Gogh oil pastels, because I didn't want to bring my good oil pastels in. I have Sennelier and a few Neo colors at home, and I want to keep those there. But then there are times that when I was doing some mixed media work that I thought, or even doing the gel plates, I'd like to have some oil pastels here. So that's why I got the 60 set of the Van Gogh oil pastels, and they're quite nice. At this point, I haven't really used them too much, but I am liking them. I did use them in some of those little vignettes that I showed you. I used them on this little guy. This was a gel plate that didn't really happen. I printed this little mouse out on a laser copier, a good laser copier. I think I went to Staples and had this one done, and it just didn't transfer at all. But I liked the color and the border that was created with it. And same with this fish. I went over this with the Van Gogh oil pastels, and I think this was Van Gogh oil pastels and maybe some of the Neo colors as well. So these were all, I think this one did transfer when I did it, but this one didn't. It was another failure. And then I used a little bit of oil pastel there too, and I think that was oil pastel as well, that nice sort of aqua, dark aqua color. So that's my little, not so little, big haul, but it's been over like weeks and months. Just been saving them up to show all at once, and I will put, like I said, color charts up for you to look at. But there are ones already there, like for the gelatos and for the paint sticks. So I won't bother to repeat that. And I don't think you really need to see these kids' crayons. But if you do want to see them, let me know in the comments. And as to the website, there's lots of stuff there, and I'm always adding stuff for, lists of art stores and art books, artists that inspire me, either living or dead, because my background was in, I did masters in art history, so, I've been studying art history for a very long time now, and but there's contemporary artists too that I really like, and yeah, all sorts of things on there for you to look at. And you can also follow me on Instagram. You'll see me using some of these products. I usually put in the description what products that I've used, just in case you're wondering, because I really like hearing about the process of things. I know I don't show much of me using them. I will try to do that. It's just a lot of work to do editing and things like that, and if I'm spending more time doing editing of videos and I'm spending less time making things, and that's really kind of hard, especially I haven't had a lot of time in the last few months with family things, and so I'm trying to get back on top of things, and also working on commissions, and yeah, so that's about it for this little extravaganza of mostly Amazon and Temu products. So have a look around. You can check out different things on those sites. I've got also new gel plates through Temu, and also some rollers, brayers for rolling out the paint onto the gel plates, like little rollers. Just came yesterday, like these little mini ones, and those are great for mark making too, even going over drawings that you've done or paintings that you've done. It's kind of neat to add that mark to them. So I'm going to be really experimenting with things, and I will always be showing them on Instagram, so follow me there, and if you could like and subscribe to this channel, it really helps. Getting kind of not knowing if I should continue or not. There's just, there's so much out there, and what does it matter what I say? But we'll see. I'll keep pressing on for now. All right, thanks so much. Bye. I knew I had something else too. It was these hockey sticks are called. They're little beeswax crayons, again for children. There's 16 of them. And I was looking at the Stockmar, which are a German brand, but I just couldn't do it. They're just a little bit out of my price range. But I liked the blockiness of it, and I thought, for creating textures and kind of broad strokes across something, I would like these chunks, sort of like the Derwent charcoal blocks. So I got these, and they just smell so nice. They do smell like beeswax, and they're made in New Zealand, non-toxic, really good. They're food grade pigments, so again, these aren't light fast. These are just meant for probably your sketchbook, but they're really nice to hold onto, and then your hand smells like you've been making candles. So I'm just going to swatch these out quickly. They're quite hard. I think once they, maybe with the heat of your hand, would be easier to smoosh across a page. So again, I'm just wanting these for texture. And nice natural colors. I love this color. and these were found on Amazon. Now I'm not an affiliate of Amazon, and I tend to go to my independent art shops as much as I can. But there's sometimes you find things on Amazon that you just can't get elsewhere. And same with Temu. Things like, the stencils are a lot cheaper at Temu than, say, somewhere like Michael's or